Okay.
Okay, so I'm back. This is another part of growing money. And last time I talked about what are the odds of things that's going to happen, if you're a risk taker, or like where do you put your money. So today we got this far so far. We're more than halfway done, and we're going to talk about like a bond and how risky a bond is. So suppose a bond, right? You like a bond from the government or something, and you want to sell a bond, right? You have to wait for people to. If you want to sell it, that means people will buy it, but sometimes you'll end up losing money instead of actually gaining money from that bond. So let's show you something. So this is okay. So how do you know how risky a bond is? So there's a system with letters and stuff, really safe. It's a good bond, not too risky and stuff. But once you go lower and lower, those bonds are not that good. So there's easy to find. So these are all bond levels and stuff, and there's bond ratings. So a good one to have is going to be an AAA, AAA, then there would be double A's and stuff. But once you get to the B's, it's not going to be really safe for you. So bonds with the lowest ratings are often called junk bonds because they're issued by companies that are facing a lot of financial corruption or something, and they're going to have to spend more money and take more loans from you to, how to word that? So those companies aren't doing too well, okay? And it's going to be riskier because their bonds are not going to be great. So here you go. Here's the chart again. Okay. So they're called junk bonds because they're basically pretty bad. It's useless. Well, it's not totally useless, but they're basically like junk. And this doesn't really do much for you. And then, so sometimes these companies are able to solve their problem stuff and make their bonds maybe a little better. But these companies are very risky. They're going to have to pay high interest rates in order to get people to buy their bonds. So that's what it says in the book. So never get those types of those bonds when they're really bad or the BBB or something. It's really safe to get at least an A minus. It's still very safe, but if you get to the AAA, that's super safe. So then, as you read along, they will be talking about risk of bonds and stuff, and make sure you check the bonds ratings and stuff like that. Not where I thought. So you're buying bonds in the U.S. Treasury of, let's say, it's like serving bonds or something, or saving bonds online. So you can direct it or through. Okay, so you can direct it through a bank or a broker, and when you track your bonds and stuff, the bonds don't really change. The interest that you receive from the bonds don't really change. And you should check them if you want to sell them. If you sell them, you can try to earn money. Let's say you invest $10,000 for that bond, and then someone wants to buy it for $2,000, you're going to lose quite a bit of money. Okay. So on bonds, even risk lovers love sometimes buy bonds. It's not probably going to. It's sometimes it's okay if you want to. So if you know that you want to get your money soon, you may want to buy some low risk or short-term bonds. That means they don't have a big risk and they're only for short term. So that means that you're probably not going to have it for long, right? Am I getting that right? Okay. So after the bonds, there's going to be something called the financial supermarkets. So maybe on the news, you heard them talking about the stock market. That's really important. I talked about it a little bit, so I'm going to talk about it a little bit more. The stock market, you may not know it, but it's actually really important. It's for the economy, to see if business is going well and stuff. So, I'll show you. So when they mention the stock market, they're usually going to be mentioning if it went crashing down or it's going really up. Because I heard that Trump, whatever he said, made the stock market go upwards. And since he's about to get impeached, probably, he said that if he leaves, the stock market is going to go down. He makes a lot of noise out there. So the stock market affects what products can be available and the prices and stuff, inflation, and when it crashes, like the Great Depression, that is not going to be good. People lose jobs and stuff. But if it goes up, it's a safe zone, and it's happy you can keep money and you're not in the financial debt. Unless you're in the, back then, and if you're in the Great Depression, the stock market go down, and you are going to get unemployed, jobs can't hire, and they're going to lose money. That's what's so important for companies in the stock market. Because when the stock market go down, it will affect their company, and then it's going to affect the products you buy. And then things are going to raise prices, or you're just going to lose your job. And that's not going to be great. Business is going to shut down because you're not earning money, and then grocery stores are not going to earn money, stuff like that. It keeps going on, like the Great Depression. So, okay. So, it will affect if you are going to be able to graduate from school, or you're going to be on the field, on the farm or something. And the stock market is so important, so you can have a job, and in the world, you will have a happier life. And when the stock market, well, there's something called playing stocks, right? So I'm not into that yet. I'm not doing that yet. And when you do stocks, let's say you get a stock from Tesla or something, and if Elon Musk does something bad, the company stocks will get affected, and the company will have some trouble. Buying share, basically when you get a stock, it's basically getting a part of the pie of that. So there's the whole Tesla company. Pretend this whole book is, and you get a stock. It depends on how much you spend on it. So let's say you spend if you want a tiny stock, this is how much pieces of the whole Tesla thing are you getting from. So, how long have we been talking?
8 minutes.
Okay. So, back to bonds. Bonds, you can get government bonds, and if you get a super safe one, the companies are not going to spend or get higher interest rates, so they can just give you some money. But it was a different story if you're in a poor, very bad bond called the junk bonds, and if you're in those, it's not going to be good because those companies are having financial issues. They're probably going to go down. But if they're getting better and better, it'll affect your bond, and then probably it'll raise from a C, which is really bad, to a B. It's still not safe, but it's still better than a last time. And so to recap, bonds and stocks, or a little bit of stocks. So stocks are very important in the economy because it affects what you can buy, if you can graduate, or your job you can have. If the stock market crashes again, like the Great Depression, hopefully it doesn't, but probably it will again, you will lose your job. It's going to be harder for people to do stuff, and it's going to be harder to get new jobs. And the economy, well, let's say the stock market goes down, like the Great Depression, what I said earlier, things are going to be more expensive probably, or they have to be cheaper. But since they're getting cheaper, still no one can buy it. Their business is going to go down. And for bonds, make sure you get those safe bonds because those safe bonds are better than the junk bonds. So the next video I'll explain more about the stock market. I only talked about bonds so far, and hopefully you guys learned something from this video. How long?
Okay, good.
So that's all for this time. I hope you enjoyed this video about growing money. Next time I'll be talking about stock markets again, and this is Kenneth signing out.